Well, there is other things going on in Australia apart from premiers resigning and international borders opening. There is, of course, an NRL Grand Final being held in Queensland. We think in Brisbane, but it might be in Townsville this Sunday. The Penrith Panthers and the South Sydney Rabbitohs are going head-to-head in what could be a game for the ages. Who better to talk about politics and sport in Queensland than Peter Gleeson? Welcome, Gleeso.
G'day, Nicholas. G'day, Rita. How are you?
Well. What's going to happen with this grand final, though? And why isn't Brisbane already locked down? What is happening in Queensland?
Well, it'll go ahead, unless we see some extraordinary numbers tomorrow morning, but it'll go ahead. The Premier will come down in her, ceremonial Queen robes and present the JJ Giltinan Trophy because she's put a lot of work into this. She's put a lot of work and time into this, guys. I mean, she pulled off the big coup last year with the AFL Grand Final, got trumped this year by McGowan. But this is a big deal. This is as big as it gets in Queensland, hosting an NRL Grand Final. Of course, there hasn't been one held in Queensland since, 1727. So this is a big, big deal. And I tell you what, she'll be there as bright as a button. There'll be no lockdown in the next 48 hours because the compensation package to Peter V'landys will be a king's ransom. So get ready for an NRL Grand Final in Queensland, in Brisbane on Sunday morning. Or Sunday night, sorry. And
Gleeso, how is this year's Grand Final going to be different from past years in terms of crowd numbers, pre-game entertainment and other things?
Well, Nicholas, the crowd has been reduced from 52,000, which is the capacity, to 39,000. So there were 13,000 ticket holders who yesterday got a very nasty email from Ticketek or whoever Stadiums Queensland saying, sorry, last on, worst off, and so they are missing out. So that's the first thing. Second thing is everyone who goes to the ground will obviously have to adhere to all the normal protocols, the QR coding, and of course they'll have to wear a mask. Even in their seat, although if they're having a hot dog or a beer, they'll be able to take the mask off. But that's about it. Look, I can't tell the difference. You tell me the difference between 40,000 and 50,000. They're both big crowds. I don't know what the difference is, but I'm assuming that there'll be a few empty seats in the stand, which the NRL won't be real happy about because they were getting about an average of $250 a ticket. Look, it's a big deal. I'm sure there'll be cynics out there suggesting that the lockdown hasn't happened purely because she wants to get this out of the way. But she did say at today's press conference that if Jeanette Young gets up tomorrow morning on the wrong side of the bed and says these numbers are not good enough, these numbers are not good, that they will go into lockdown. But if you are going to get out your sports bet and are going to frame a market on whether there'll be a lockdown tomorrow, it would be long odds, Nicholas.